Hello, shalom, and marhaba. I'm Robbie Berman, your Israeli tour guide, and I want to share with you a few secrets about Old Tel Aviv. I'm walking down Rothschild Blvd, which was the main thoroughfare of the old part of Tel Aviv. The boulevard was built in 1909 along with the creation of this new residential area, which was a suburb of the city of Jaffa. The boulevard initially ran more or less west to east, but over the years, as Tel Aviv expanded, it ran due north, ending at Habima Theater. The original name of the boulevard was Rehov Ha'am, the People's Street, but they quickly renamed it Rothschild Blvd after the famous Jewish-French philanthropist, try saying that 3 times fast, Baron Edmund James de Rothschild. They didn't name it after him because he gave money to Tel Aviv, they named it after him because they wanted him to give money to Tel Aviv, and they failed. Fundraising is a tough job, I know that because I ran a nonprofit for more than 20 years. There are many notable buildings that line Rothschild Blvd, such as spectacular 100-year-old eclectic or neo-oriental style buildings and stunning international style buildings, sometimes incorrectly called Bauhaus style buildings. There are so many international style buildings around Rothschild Blvd that in 2003 it received status as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, dubbed the White City of Tel Aviv. The boulevard is simply an open-air museum of architecture. Probably the most important building on Rothschild Blvd is the building right behind me, number 16, that's being renovated. It used to belong to Mayor Dizengoff, the mayor of Tel Aviv, but in 1948, on May 14th at 4 p.m. on a Friday, try to say that 3 times fast, Ben-Gurion read the Declaration of Independence for the State of Israel inside that building. In Tel Aviv, they had 3 kiosks. These are 100 years old, these kiosks. And in order to ensure that Tel Aviv remained a residential suburb and didn't become a commercial hub, these kiosks were only allowed to sell one thing: seltzer. The beautiful, wide, tree-lined boulevard has sculptures and restaurants and coffee shops and museums and art galleries and playgrounds and artificial lakes and bike lanes. By the way, be very careful not to step into the bike lane. And now for a little secret history gem of Old Tel Aviv. If you notice, this boulevard is not straight. It begins to curve and curve and curve and go all the way north. If you're going to plan a city, why wouldn't you make the main boulevard straight? And the answer is, when they built Tel Aviv, it was all sand dunes. They had to level out the place and get rid of the sand dunes. They took planks of wood, put it over the sand, used wheelbarrows to move the sand and dump it in a valley. That valley was curved. There was no way they could build buildings on the contour of that valley because the buildings wouldn't be stable. So they made it into a boulevard. And thus you have Rothschild Blvd.